Alright, I apologize. When you're looking at a computer screen, that kind of makes it look like crap on the video camera. Anyway, we're going to do some immersion testing here. Basically, all the immersion testing unit is a fancy smancy computerized UT unit. Okay? So it's really nothing to get all ramped up and excited about. Sure, it's cool and all, but it's not intimidating. A lot of people get intimidated by it, and that's really not the thing to do. So, anyhow, I think we got something going on here. What we're going to do is take a look at the inside of this tank. What you see there is our immersion setup. Okay, just tank of water. I'm going to move the Z up and down. We have X moving left, X moving right. Okay, you can see it moving a little bit back and forth. That's our Y. So we've got X, Y, and then Z. Okay? So really pretty simple. So if we take a look back at the screen over here, we want to see where this Z actually should be. Okay, so we want to take this thing up a ways, and we want to see where the first signal comes in. So if I turn that a little bit, back this up, okay, so you can kind of see both of them. Alright, so let's turn it back so you can see just barely. There we go. So let's bring our Z down a little bit. Then as we get closer, there's our front wall coming in. Okay, we need to see a back wall as well. So, make sure that's a front wall. Take our finger, run it on the surface or right on the bottom of the transducer, and that dampens that sound out. Okay? So there it comes back. Let me rinse my hands and dry in here. Okay, so I'm back now. You're looking at the screen with a front surface pulse and then a back surface pulse or back wall. So let's move our X over just a little bit, and you saw that drop off. That is one of the DAC blocks that we used in an earlier lab. So we want to actually scan this thing. So I'm going to move over here until my signal drops off. Come back this way until my signal drops off. Okay. Set my scan up. I want to scan about 2.5 inches in the X, 2.5 inches in the Y, and I want to scan pretty slow. While this thing's scanning, you'll just sit here and watch it. It's going to be greatly interesting. But we need to go back to jog and set as start. One of the cool things about the UT unit is if you just move it out of the way, you're just doing something with it. Okay, but you tell it, alright, now I'm ready to make my scan. Tell it to go to start. It's going to start. Okay, and I know you couldn't really see what was going on the computer screen, but that's okay. You're not necessarily concerned with that. What you're more concerned with is seeing the C-scan here. Okay? There's our C-scan, there's our B-scans. Don't pay attention to what's there now. We just want to see what we're going to be able to make. But we want to see the A-scan to do that with. So there's our A-scan, there's our B-scans. I guess I should say A-scan, B-scans, C-scan. So let's just start that. Okay? It's a pretty relatively short scan here. And you see on our B-scan we're starting to get a front surface picture here, because the B-scan is a side view, as you know well and good. B-scan is a side view. So front surface is getting a little bigger every scan. Okay, now we're starting to get some signals through here. Alright. Alright, so now that we're starting to see the outside of that block that's in there, and you can start to see it on your A scan here. Alright, well this thing's finishing scanning here. I'll let you sit here by yourself and watch it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so not much has happened since I've been gone. Alright, inside of these DAC blocks, you remember, you're starting to see it on the B scan there, but there's a defect milled from the bottom up, and we're trying to see that defect on our scan. Okay, and it looks like we're seeing a pretty good little picture of it right there. And we're seeing it right there. And now we're getting off of it completely. So this really is a pretty slow scan. I turned it down pretty slow, but that's okay. Every time you see those white chunks in there, that's where that sound is being kind of diverted, divulged, whatever you want to say, scattered, if you will. And it looks kind of crappy. So there's no back wall signal, and it just drops off of the scan completely. So anyways, we're about done here. And you can see I've got two different things going. This is a time of flight C-scan. This is a amplitude C-scan. So this is telling me amount of returned energy. If you look along the bottom over here, green is low percentage return, getting higher of about 50% returned amplitude, and the red is 100% amplitude. That's just returned amplitude. This is time of flight telling me, okay, got whatever here, but noticing a different color in the inside tells me that that is at some depth. But with C-scan, we can't tell what depth, so we look over here to our A-scan to find that information. So this scan's about over. You can take a look there, kind of finish watching it to see what our picture is going to look like. And inside of there, like we said, that's just a round block in there is all that is. There's about 4 more lines here that it's building. That's it right there. Cool. So there it is. There's our DAC block. Okay? Amplitude over here. Blue is low or mid-range. Green is time of flight over here, and then these are B scans, front surface, back surface. So really, that's all there is to immersion testing. Simple immersion testing. There's a lot more to it than that. But really, all we've done is just set up a manual scan and automated it. So now we got a C-scan out of it, and we got a pretty clean picture. Any questions on that as well, you can email me again.